Guys, what's going on? It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys, man. Here we are. Yikes, right? Guys, it's still Deadbeat Moms Week. This is going to culminate in Deadbeat Moms Day, which is Sunday, guys, because we don't celebrate Mother's Day. No. We celebrate the single fathers on the Mother's Day, but other than that, the rest of the day is about these deadbeat, dunderheaded single moms that are the ruin of society. The ruin. Keyshawn, how you doing? Right? Rajai says a pack of wolves is better at raising kids. Facts. Yep. It's good to see you, my friend. Right? Jubilee said that's why the dad should have the kids. Yeah. Yep. Esars, how you doing? Chris, how you doing? Clayton's here. KTV Radio Canada, how you doing? Yeah, it's good to see you guys. As we had a whole lot of news to break. I'll drop the link first in the Discord for people who want to come on up. Let me see here. Sorry, guys. Let me do this real fast. Do this. Okay. Guys, I have to preface this with
Well.
because we're going to need that a lot. Because, guys, B-dubs are the worst stewards of children on the face of planet Earth, man. Absolutely insane. But let's break some news, my guy. Here you go, guys. Guys, thanks for being here on a Wednesday? Now, guys, like I said, please like, share, hype. Guys, super chats, because this live stream probably won't be monetized after the fact because of the subject matter, right? But, guys, I think we have to tell the story anyways. So, yeah, guys, hit the like button on the way in, guys. So, here we go, guys. Watch this.
These parents have lived through a double tragedy.
It was the very worst moment, I think, until the next worst moment.
First, their 18-month-old son, Ezra, drowned in a pond at his grandmother's house. Then, to compound their loss, less than a year later, their 8-month-old daughter lost her life after being left in a hot car for hours. And they're blaming both deaths on this woman, the grandmother.
Look at that. What a demon. Thank you, Brent. A demon. A demon, guys.
Parents Kayla and Drew felt good about leaving their son with Kayla's mom. After all, she was a well-respected retired school principal.
The children absolutely loved it there.
But 2 days before Christmas 2021, Grandmom Tracy Nix fell asleep on her couch. Somehow, 18-month-old Ezra got out of her house. He was found face down in the pond on their property.
911, where is your emergency?
That's a little baby. The grandmother's out giving him CP. Is he breathing? No.
Here's Ann Mercogliano.
The grieving parents did forgive the grandmom, believing the drowning of their son was a tragic accident. You trusted her. She's your mother.
Absolutely.
In their grief, a time of joy. 3 months after Ezra drowned, Kayla gave birth to their daughter, Yuri. They even let grandmom babysit again.
And here's where the story takes a heartbreaking turn when the unthinkable happens.
Tracy Nix went to lunch with her girlfriends. She took baby Yuri with her. When she returned home, she went inside to practice the piano, forgetting that she had left Yuri in the car seat. Several hours passed. Then she realized her horrifying mistake. She ran to her car, but it was too late. She found the baby dead in the scorching vehicle.
And I'm having deja vu right when I'm pulling up, because I'm seeing the exact same scene that I seen when I pulled up with Ezra. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I never in a million years would have thought again.
They told me that my baby was dead.
Did you just go into complete shock? I mean, the pain must have been unbearable.
Absolutely. I absolutely remember
Kayla
fully
after that.
putting my phone down and screaming.
Now, grandmother Tracy Nix has been arrested, charged with aggravated manslaughter in the death of baby Yuri. Kayla has not spoken to her mom since the day her second baby died.
To know that ultimately the person that brought me into the world is the person that destroyed his world, my son. That's just unbearable.
Attorneys for Tracy Nix say she is devastated by the loss of her grandchildren.
Yeah, right.
You always hear people getting struck by lightning twice. People win the lottery even twice. I mean, here you have the lottery of tragedy, and it's hit twice. I mean, it's one of the most unfortunate things I've ever heard of, and our heart absolutely, goes out to that family.
On social media, the tragedy is sparking lots of questions. Why on earth would parents leave another child in her care?
Thank you.
Of course we're aware of the comments being said. Of course I have read really difficult things. And we're human. We feel that.
The grieving parents say they want justice, even if it means sending grandmom to jail.
What do you think should happen to your mom?
I do think that she should be criminally charged. I think that she should be criminally punished.
Look at that, guys. Guys, what do you think, right? Cooked, right? It's messed up. Guys, here we go. Watch.
She's the little girl accused of killing a 6-month-old baby. Now her mother is speaking out for the first time.
It's not what it seems.
Despite her age, the girl is charged as an adult for first-degree intentional homicide. The victim was baby Jackson Hunter. It happened here at a daycare in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Police say the girl was inside with 6-month-old baby Jackson when she accidentally dropped him. That's when cops say she panicked and stomped on his head to stop him from crying.
Look at that, guys. See, raised by a demon that was raised by a demon, right?
There's no way that it was done in any
Yeah,
type of
right.
intentional way.
Do you remember anything she said to you?
That it was an accident. And you know what? I believe my daughter.
Of course you do. Of course you do, you absolute demon. What a joke.
Disturbing video of the 10-year-old little girl being led into court sobbing shocked everyone.
Cook.
Do you remember this moment here in court?
I do. It was one of the saddest days that I've ever had to go through. At 10, your brain can't process half the stuff.
Yeah, but you should have taught her better, you absolute demon. What a joke, guys. You see this? This happens every day, guys, every day.
That me or you or anybody else can.
Baby Jackson's heartbroken father, Nate Lytle, says he wants justice no matter the girl's age.
As opposed to seeing it as a 10-year-old girl, I seen it as the person who killed my son.
Now the girl's mother is sharing personal photos and videos exclusively with Inside Edition.
What's up, guys? Today's for
Evil. 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 Right? Hold on. Let's do this.
We got a newborn baby. It's been discarded. Looks like it's dead.
You knew that you were pregnant.
Oh, here, guys, we'll get into this, and then here's another one.
It absolutely.
But guys, there's some more news stories here. Hold on, guys. Give me a second here. I just got to pull these up. You guys hit the like button, please. You guys, yeah. Once again, this guys, make sure to hit the join button, etc. Because guys, there's no way that this is going to be monetized at the end. So here you go, guys. Watch this.
Boy was burned to death in a fire. This 4-year-old boy was burned to death in a fire his mother set intentionally, cops say.
I'm still trying to figure out why.
Balloons, candles, and bears were on display as part of a vigil for the toddler with autism, as family, friends, and neighbors make sense of the horrific tragedy.
The little boy kept saying, please, mommy, no. And he said again, I opened up my door, I went back her door, I said, he said again, I'm going to call 911, but I never heard the baby no more.
Police say the child's mother, Amelia DeStasio.
I told you guys. I told you guys.
Well.
Absolutely cooked.
Set little Antonio on fire in the bathroom. She's now charged with homicide. Firefighters were called to their Milwaukee home after reports of smoke coming from inside. Investigators say Antonio was found bound with 7 belts, burned, and with a plastic bag over his head.
Look at that, guys.
They found internet searches on his mother's phone for how to kill a cannibal. Antonio knew his ABCs and could count to 100. A GoFundMe page was set up to help with the funeral expenses. I'm Lee Sheps for InsideEdition.com.
Look at that, guys. And here's another one, guys. Look at this.
From a husband and father to his family brought Manatee County deputies to a home on Pavia Way in Lakewood Ranch, and investigators made a horrific discovery. Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon joins us live from outside the neighborhood. And Kim, investigators are telling us that the mother killed her 2 children and then herself.
Yeah, Linda, that's right. And deputies right now are working to try to piece together when exactly.
Because look at the language that they're using, right? Look at the softball language that they're using. Because you guys know that if it was a man, they would say all types of horrible stuff, right? But because it's a woman, oh my God. Oh my God. You know, you just don't know what someone's going through. You know, it was postpartum depression, please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Absolutely insane.
Happened and why, but tonight many are hurting.
Beyond the gates of the Lake Club in Lakewood Ranch, detectives and crime scene technicians with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office collected evidence of a horrific crime.
Total surprise and shock. It's this neighborhood's so quiet.
Manatee County deputies say inside this home, they found the bodies of a 44-year-old woman, her 14-year-old son, and 11-year-old daughter.
Damn.
Deputies say the mother killed her children before taking her own life.
The family moved here from out of state, Missouri, about 3 years ago, and we have not been out here for any calls, and there's really nothing there that would have indicated that this was going to happen.
The sheriff's office says the woman's husband and father of the children called for a welfare check. He was out of the country in South Africa and couldn't get in touch with his family.
It's horrible to even imagine what would have been going through the mind of this mother that led up to this. There was some planning involved, enough to where she knew what she was doing.
As deputies continue their investigation, the neighborhood remains in shock.
With small kids, it really hits you hard when
Small kids, one of them was 14.
when you hear about that kind of stuff happening.
The sheriff's office says this was a very violent scene, and they have collected evidence from inside the home that they hope answers those questions. As for the names of those involved, they will be released tomorrow. And the Manatee County Sheriff's Office says they are giving time for family members, some of which live out of country, to be notified. Linda, back to you.
Kimberly Quizon reporting live for us.
Here you go, guys. Guys, we're going to keep this thing going. Okay. Guys, we're going to keep this thing going because there's a lot of these, right? But people act like, oh, men are victimizers, men are predators, blah, 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 blah. Because the only reason why these women aren't more violent is because men are physically stronger than them, right?
One time Kathleen Steele was on a reality TV show telling the world that This is what it was like to be pregnant with her first child at 55. That's actually what the show is about. Tonight, she's charged in the death of her 13-day-old baby girl.
Whoa, 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 whoa. She was on a reality show talking about being pregnant at 55. 55, and then she has the baby and deletes it? Look at that. Guys, hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate that. Guys, they're demons, man. Demons. I know this is kind of a dark topic, guys, but we got to talk about this, right? Because all we do is talk about deadbeat fathers and men are bums and men are this and men are that. Because this is what they don't tell you on this gynocentric, misandrist media, right? You know?
That girl dying at the hands of her 6-year-old son. And the manner how is really tough to listen to. Evan Axelbank, North Reddington Beach, where the baby was killed today. Evan, we don't know what to make of this story.
Well, we don't. And Mark, you know, the mother didn't even go straight to the hospital when she found out that her 13-year-old daughter had been beaten by her 6-year-old son. It happened right here in a van outside of this cell phone store. Her 6-year-old beat his baby sister while the mother was in this store getting her cell phone fixed. Kathleen Steele was so proud of being artificially inseminated and having kids later in life.
I was going to try no matter what.
That she
had kids later on in life. So she said her oldest was 12. That means she had her oldest at 43 years old. Bad enough. So he probably has Tylenol, TikTok, tard brain, right? Then had another one at like 47. Now she's 55. You guys, listen to her voice. Post-menopause, her voice is deeper than mine. Trying to have a baby. 16th, hey, thanks for the donation, man. I appreciate that, man.
No, you're not asking me. No, it's called garlic croutons. Yeah, and they're right there on the scene.
went on a reality TV show on TLC.
We've been trying too long and lost too many. So you're sort of in denial.
6 years later, she'd had 3 babies, 2 of them with her dead husband's frozen sperm. Her third came July 26th, baby Kathleen.
By numerous witness accounts, Kathleen Steele was an inattentive parent, and Frankie and Philip were largely unsupervised and had very serious behavior issues.
On Monday, Steele took her 3 kids, 6-year-old Frankie, 3-year-old Philip, and baby Kathleen.
6-year-old? So she had a baby at what? 47 years old? And you expect them to not be tards? Come on, man.
To a cell phone store to fix a cracked screen. For 38 minutes, the children were left inside the minivan, locked in by themselves. The baby started crying, and Frankie took her out of the car seat.
And began flipping her multiple times back and forth, dropping her on the floor, slamming her head against the ceiling, striking her in the face.
The baby's skull was cracked in multiple places.
One of the worst things that I've ever seen.
When Steele came back to the car, Frankie told her the baby was serious, but she continued on about her errands for several hours. Not until they got home did she ask about the baby. She finally called a neighbor, who called 911. The sheriff is left to wonder why a woman who seemed so set on having children seemed to care for them as little as possible.
Look at that.
He had words for the doctor who artificially inseminated her.
You're not a medical professional if you're going to impregnate a 62-year-old woman.
He said there were signs that...
62 years old. Whoa, whoa. Wait a second, guys. My math was completely off. Hold on. So she had her first child at 50, her other one at 55, and another one at 62. Holy moly, guys. Whoa. Cooked. Wow, guys, that's crazy. Because it's rare that I'm speechless. You know what I'm saying?
Steele had little grip on reality.
Steele even made statements in the last couple of days that she was not finished, as apparently there's more frozen sperm and she wanted to have yet another baby boy. Something is seriously messed up with that.
And the sheriff could not immediately identify.
Yes, this is feminism, right? This is feminism. Chicks think that terms like geriatric pregnancy and all that are wrong. They think that there's no such thing as biological reality, right? So they want to have babies when they're like 60 years old. What an absolute joke, guys. Sad.
The doctor, who he said was based in New York City, the son is a 6-year-old at Lakewood Elementary. He and his brother have been placed in separate therapeutic foster homes. He told deputies sometimes the 6-year-old did. He said sometimes people make bad mistakes.
Yeah, by having kids in their 60s, you dunce. What a joke, guys. What a joke. Hold on, we have a couple more, guys. Couple more of these, because there's a lot of these cases, man. A lot. Here you go.
A community is in mourning after a shocking crime against children. A Georgia mother is charged with 2 counts of murder after police say she put her 2 young sons in the oven.
Well.
Look at that, guys. Look at that.
And turned it on. The bodies of 1-year-old Jacarter Penn and 2-year-old Kayunti Penn were found in their apartment over the weekend. Police say they had burns on their bodies and arrested their mother, 24-year-old Lamora Williams. Her family members say she had mental health problems and would often leave the children alone in the apartment. The children's father set up a GoFundMe account saying he wants to prevent other children from being hurt.
Jacarter and come on. K-Man. Man.
For InsideEdition.com, I'm Mara.
Look at that, guys. Look at this. Here we go.
New developments. A mother accused of killing her children and leaving them in an oven is preparing to fight for her innocence. Channel 2's Matt Johnson live in downtown Atlanta. Matt, prosecutors revealed more than a dozen charges against her.
And she remained quiet in court today as all 14 disturbing charges were read aloud. Prosecutors say she may have burned her own children to keep investigators from knowing how they really died. Cause to death. Lamora Williams stood silent in front of a judge Monday, accused of murdering her own 2 children and leaving them in an oven. She stared at a prosecutor as he read the 14 charges against her, including 2 counts of murder. A grand jury indicted the 24-year-old mother last month for the deaths of her 2-year-old and 1-year-old sons, Keontae and Jacarter. Police found the 2 boys in an oven October 13th in Williams' apartment in Southwest Atlanta. Her family members told us at the time that Williams felt overwhelmed as a single mother of 4.
When I saw that mugshot of her, I knew that was not my little sister.
Police say Williams first said a caregiver was watching the boys at the time of their deaths, but police later ruled that out. Williams pleaded not guilty.
Look at that mean-faced broad right there. Look at that, guys. Look at that right there. Yikes, man.
Monday through her attorney to 4 of the 14 charges. The other charges, including murder, will be addressed at a separate hearing. At the time of her arrest, her family was concerned how long she would last in jail.
I just came from the jailhouse to let them know to put her on suicide watch because she's going to kill herself.
Now, Williams will be back in court next Friday. Her attorney filed a demurrer motion this morning, which means that they could be challenging most of the charges, including murder, in court. Live in downtown Atlanta, Matt Johnson, Channel 2 Action News.
Here you go, guys. Follow up here, right? Watch. This is the same chick.
At noon, a mother under arrest accused of the unthinkable killing her 2 children.
Her son and daughter were found dead last night at a home in Little Haiti.
And Local 10 News reporter Trent Kelly is joining us live from there.
He has a reaction from the father of the children. Trent.
Well, Janice Christie, the kids at the center of this case, just 3 and 5 years old. As you mentioned, their own father did return here to the very same home where they were murdered overnight. Their own mother now sitting in jail, accused in their deaths. The big question now among friends and family is why? A Miami mother facing murder charges, accused of tying up and killing her own two.
Oh, no, this is a different case. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I was trying to find a follow-up to the other one. Was it Lamisha Williams? Let's see. This is a different case. Watch.
Kids.
Oh, guys, this looks just like the other chick.
You're a mother. How do you feel? Like, what is there? Is a devil in your head?
Police arresting 41-year-old Odette Josant overnight on...
I thought this was the same chick.
2 counts of first-degree murder. They say Josant called 911 several times late yesterday, but never said why. Officers eventually responding to her apartment off Northeast 75th Street and First Avenue in Little Haiti, where she allegedly told them, quote, "Come get them. I don't want them anymore." It wasn't until investigators went inside her unit that they discovered the bodies of her 3-year-old son, Jeffrey, and 5-year-old daughter, Laura, tied up in a back bedroom, both children pronounced dead at the scene.
And sir, do you know anything? Any idea why this happened?
Their heartbroken father at a loss for words while arriving at the scene earlier today. Along with him, he brought 2 large photos to remember his kids, their toys still laying in the lawn nearby.
There's always inside the house. They always go to school, like, normal kids.
Neighbors still in shock, now left wondering why something like this would even happen.
Because he should have got custody, right, guys?
I seen him like a couple of days ago. I said hi to them, like I always do, give him fist bumps, but it's just sad. Like, it's still kind of like surprising.
And according to court records, there is a history among this couple. Back in 2017, Josant, we're told, was arrested for battery against the children's father. Just 2 years later, she applied for and was granted a domestic violence injunction against the very same person. Again, Josant remaining in jail this afternoon. She will likely appear before a judge in bond court later today. We, of course, will monitor that and we'll keep you posted on what happened.
Cooked, guys.
Loved ones are expected to gather tonight to remember 2 small children who police say were killed by their own mother. There are growing questions about whether the murders could have been prevented.
And tonight we're getting new video from the scene of that family tragedy. Let's get right to Local 10's.
She can get it, guys. On the right. You know what I mean? How you doing? You know? Yeah.
She's like all these babes. You get their pilot lit, they can start a leaf blower.
Terrell Cornet live in Miami with our top story at 6. Terrell.
And that community vigil is expected to happen in front of the very apartment where this family lived. Tonight, we're also looking at new court records that show a very rocky relationship between the parents of the kids who were killed, and even their drama between them apparently landed them in jail on separate occasions. Hours before Odette Josant's arrest, surveillance video captured the troubled mother pacing in front of her apartment in what appears to be a bath towel. The 41-year-old has since been charged with the killings of her 3-year-old son, Jeffrey, and her 5-year-old daughter, Laura.
Crazier than a shithouse rat, guys.
You can put water in my hair.
It was just 2 nights ago when cops say Josant called 911 herself multiple times but hung up. Officers arrived to the home to check things out on Northeast 75th Street and First Court and encountered that mom in emotional distress, possibly hallucinating, according to a police report, and uttering the words, "Come get them, I don't want them anymore." Police found the children dead inside of the home, face down in a bed and tied up. A neighbor's camera shows the medical examiner's office hauling away the children's remains.
Well, they're not supposed to do that. Kill 2 kids.
Local 10 has learned the children's father, Franz Belval, and Josant had a rocky relationship. Court records show that dad was arrested in 2019 for aggravated battery against a pregnant woman and was issued a stay-away order for Josant, who was carrying the 3-year-old boy at the time. But just a year prior, Josant herself was charged with battery. and she too was issued a stay-away order for Bivol. No one, though, according to loved ones, could predict the double horror which unfolded in the Miami apartment this week.
Look at that, guys.
Needless to say, this was a crime that had...
Guys, we're going to keep on going here. Here we go.
Bail. The mother and her 19-year-old daughter, accused of murdering their family members, are staying behind bars today. They've allegedly confessed to their crime, saying everyone, even the 3 children, wanted to die.
Look at that, guys. They took out the whole family. Guys, they said, damn, look at that.
It is Tuesday afternoon. I'm Brian Taft.
And I'm Shari Williams. The big story on Action News is the new details that we are learning about the 5 people murdered in Morrisville, Bucks County.
Action News has team coverage today at 4 o'clock. Maggie Kent is in the neighborhood, but we'll begin now with Walter Perez.
And he's live at the district attorney's office in Doylestown. And Walter, this case is rattling investigators.
No doubt about it, Shari and Brian. Authorities say it'll be weeks before they can determine exactly how the victims were killed in this case. Investigators say it seems at least 2 of them were strangled, but at this point they simply don't know. But what they do know at this point, at least what they say they think they know, is who did it.
Authorities say 45-year-old Shanna Decree and her 19-year-old daughter Dominique have confessed to the horrific murder.
Demons, man. Look at those dead eyes, guys. Look at those dead eyes. No soul whatsoever. Look at that, guys. What a joke.
Of 5 members of their own family. Morrisville Police Chief George McClay says these are the kinds of cases that haunt police officers.
It's a sad day for us. As much as I've seen over my career, this is the saddest case I've ever had.
It was yesterday afternoon when police got the call from a social worker who went to the Decree family apartment on West Bridge Street to see how they were doing. The caseworker reported that the suspects seemed disoriented. Investigators quickly arrived to find the remains of the 5 dead victims in another room. The youngest were 13 years old and 9-year-old twins. Bucks County DA Matt Weintraub says he has a pretty good idea how this crime unfolded. The question that lingers is, what could have possibly been the motive?
As confusing as it was last night, we are no closer to understanding that in the harsh light of day. We will continue to pursue every lead and to work this case to its just conclusion.
During questioning, not only did the suspects reportedly say they wanted to be dead, they also said the victims wanted to die as well.
Look at
So
that.
we asked Chief McClay if he thinks this is some kind of twisted murder-suicide case. He says that's doubtful.
2 9-year-olds can't make that decision, and a 13-year-old. So I think that's, is that something in the adults' minds? I don't know, but it's surely not in 9-year-old minds.
Now, authorities say there were 8 people living inside that tiny apartment, the 2 suspects and the 5 victims. The 8th person was one of the victim's sons. We can report that he was not there at the time of the murders.
Thank
Today,
goodness,
he
right?
was found by investigators uninjured.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. What a joke. It's just, because what do you even say, right? Oh, well, we keep on going.
A woman accused of killing 2 of her children before leaving the country is now in custody here in Colorado. Colorado Springs police say Kimberly Singler drugged and shot her children in December of 2023. 9-year-old Ellie Wentz and 7-year-old Aiden Wentz died. A third child, another daughter who is now 13 years old, survived. After the killings, Singler left for the United Kingdom. Officials here in Colorado have spent the last 2 years working desperately to get her back here to the U.S. Today, they announced they had finally gotten her.
Anytime victims have to wait this long just to get the sort of criminal justice process started can be very frustrating, and that is surely the case here. There's a sense of relief and knowing that now we can really get started on that justice-seeking process.
Singler faces murder and attempted murder charges that come, by the way, with the possibility of life in prison without parole. She will be held in jail without bond while she waits for her preliminary.
Sad. Black suit man says $2 for the Good Fathers Foundation. Thanks for that, man. I appreciate that.
Seriously. Garlic
croutons, dude.
Guys, this is another part about feminism here, right? Is the fact that these women outsource raising their kids to other women. Watch this, guys. Watch.
And now to a murder trial today. A toddler tortured and sexually abused on Staten Island today. His babysitter was sentenced.
Look at that, guys. Look at that right there.
Well.
Demon, man. Demon.
To more than 2 decades in prison for the crime.
Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles, the only TV reporter in New York City inside the courtroom. She's live in the St. George section. Darla.
Bill, Diana, this morning Gloria Fields entered a plea agreement with prosecutors in order to avoid every grisly and vile detail of what was done to Anthony Delgado being detailed in open court. And even though she admitted to everything done to this little boy, the judge still had to force her to go into the courtroom and face the family.
I would never be able to buy Anthony another bag of cheese doodles.
It was just hard to hear, hard to talk about. So painful, the mother of Anthony Delgado had her brother read the victim's impact statement at the sentencing for the woman who tortured her 17-month-old son to death.
I do not understand in what world it might be acceptable to ever allow an individual who not only... I'm just going to end that there. I can't read that part.
The thoughts are haunting what this sweet little boy endured back in 2016. Over a 3-day period, his head was slammed on the floor. He was shaken, even sexually assaulted. 32-year-old Gloria Fields pled guilty to first-degree murder Tuesday morning, but refused to enter the courtroom if she was going to be filmed. She didn't want to come out today. What was that about?
Demon.
She thought that she complied with the judge's order. The judge said that she had to cooperate with probation, that she had to not get arrested and show up. And she believed show up meant in the courthouse.
To me, that was being like a coward. You wouldn't face the people who you have affected.
The family applauded as Supreme Court Judge Wayne Ozzie imposed the sentence. But before he did, he said, "This is the most disturbing case I've ever presided over. I was watching you as Mr. Delgado gave his statement. You showed no emotion.
None
it
at
just
all.
confirms my belief that you're just depraved in some way."
Justice was served. Anthony got justice, and that's all that matters to us.
Now, Fields opted not to address the family at all during her sentencing today. Again, she was sentenced to 23 years to life. Judge Ozzie noting that she's only eligible for parole after 23 years, so she could serve a much longer sentence.
I hope she does. Look at this. Here you go, guys.
I was trying to square the testimony of Ms. Resurrection here in the
So guys, look, she got 45 years because she starved her kids.
Some of the things that were said with the child who testified in this courtroom, what she said. She took that stand and she said, "The pastor was nice to us. He never hit us. I never went outside to play, never went to the park, never went to friends, and neither did my siblings. Sometimes we didn't eat for days at a time. We were very hungry. We were tied at the ankles with yellow ropes every day, from morning until night, tied to a heater. And we used a bucket for a toilet. If we got untied, we would be whooped with belts or telephone cords. We'd be beaten when we were naked. We could not walk."
Imagine these kids, since they survived this, but imagine how jacked up that they are mentally now, emotionally now. All because of this absolute demon, guys. Deadbeat Mother's Week, guys. Happy Deadbeat Mother's Week, right? There's no excuse for this, guys. There really, really isn't. You can't make any argument now that says that women are just naturally better parents than men. There's no way. There's absolutely no way, guys. Even though these kids' father is probably Nug, guys, they're better off with Nug than with this idiot. Put a 1 if you agree.
And I recall when the young lady said, I thought that's how people live.
I have been following Emmanuel's direction, thinking that my action will help bring me and my children closer to God. To this day, I regret my involvement with the Emmanuel and his ministry. I wish that I could be.
Oh, now she's blaming whatever pastor person when the kid said that the pastor was the only one who would bring them food. Look at that, guys.
Reverse my action every day. I count my lost time as a mother to my children. I miss cooking for them. I miss caring for them. I miss being a mother to them. Every day I feel the pain and the hurt they must have felt during the time that I had been brainwashed and had lost my children. Emmanuel had took my children away from me, and they were the most important thing that I had ever had in my life.
Nothing in the defendant's statement saying what she did because of the pastor, or that the pastor directed her to do anything.
Dude, this judge is not happy, man. He seems like one of those guys where he's not a very emotional dude. He's very, but yo, he can't even hold back his disgust, you know?
When you see that statement, you don't see that in there about the pastor, that he directed or at all forced or coerced or was the one that should bear the responsibility for this.
Look at that, guys. Look at this.
To you from our downtown studio, we're going to begin with the murder sentence for a mother who gave birth and left her baby boy to die. What Angela Alexie said in court today may offer a glimpse as to why in the world she would do such a thing. 7 Action News reporter Shelley Childers has a closer look now at the sentencing.
It was a mandatory life sentence for Angela Alexie after she left her newborn in a cold garage to die. In court, she did tell the judge she feels remorse. She wished.
Man, guys, off topic, but man, guys, you know, man, guys, we're on a roll here. This chick's hot too.
She could do it all over again, but prosecution says it is far too late for remorse. This young mother of 4 will spend the rest of her life in prison.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen. I don't know. I wish I could take
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
it all back.
The 25-year-old was found guilty of murder. Investigators say Angela Alexie gave birth to a baby boy 3 days before Christmas 2014. They say she was alone in a detached garage in East Point where she left the child in a recycling bin.
Look
with
at that.
temperatures around freezing, the newborn died.
And guys, we got a couple of these stories coming up, all right? This is ridiculous. I'm telling you guys, before the 50s, if a woman left the marriage, the fathers got automatic custody. It wasn't until no-fault divorce that women started automatically getting custody. But since time immemorial, the children were considered property of the man.
Macomb County prosecutor Eric Smith says the baby was found a few weeks later at a recycling center wrapped in a t-shirt.
There are thousands of parents out there waiting to adopt young children. You know, she didn't live too far from a fire department or a police department or a hospital where she could have dropped this child off.
Alexie's 3 other children have all been taken away. In court, there were very few answers, only a brief insight into her neglect.
Any pill I could get my hand on. I did heroin, I did crack, I did everything.
Well, that's not surprising, right? Guys, that just means that all of her kids are yay! Matt Damon. What were you saying?
So, and I just want to interject one quick thing, because keep in mind, prior to, the 70s, we had coverage laws in which the man had coverage over the people of his household, so wife and children. He was responsible not only for debts and liabilities, but also if there were any type of criminality. And so they understood that with responsibility, there came accountability.
Yeah.
And you can't be accountable for what you're not responsible over. And so it was because of those coverage laws. So this wasn't misogyny or anything like that. As a man, you were responsible for your children. So they were delinquents and wild and out. You were held accountable for that.
Yep, it's true. Very, 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 very true.
Get my hands on.
This case sickens me from start to finish, and you know, I don't want to hear about drug abuse. I don't want to hear about any of that stuff. She had plenty of options, plenty of alternatives. Nobody leaves a newborn in a garage. She's not a high school kid. She's been through this. This is her 4th child.
Prosecutors say days after giving birth, she continued a social life, never seeking help or notifying family.
And instead of doing something about it, what does she do? She takes pictures of herself, posts them on social media, goes out in parties.
I made a mistake. I wish
Are you guys shocked? Is anyone surprised? I'm not.
Take it back.
We can't sterilize her to make sure she doesn't have any more children. We can't make sure that she's not going to kill any more children that she has. So instead, we're going to put her in prison for the rest of her life, and all of us taxpayers are going to have to pay for it.
The Macomb County community did help to make sure this baby was named and properly buried, with every hope that he can rest in a better world. In Macomb County, Shelley Childers, 7 Action News.
What a demon. What a joke. Oh, here's another one, guys.
Murder. Anybody who watches the video, quite honestly, there really aren't any words, right? Like, what you did is unconscionable.
Courtney asking Ryan Peralto's family for forgiveness.
I wish that I could do more than just use my words to express my sorrow.
Oh, I remember this case. She was the babysitter who beat up the little boy. Guys, once again, we wouldn't have this if the majority of women were at home, right? Why are you going to outsource raising your children to some dunderhead?
Prosecutor Michelle Joby remembering Ryan.
It is very, very clear that Ryan was a happy 5-year-old child.
And then describing Courtney's actions, which ended his life.
She drags him around the house when he's vomiting blood. She is yelling at him, screaming at him about her. It's her bad day. It's her situation that he's upsetting her that day.
Joby calling a claim from Courtney's defense that she could have been sleepwalking as offensive and repeatedly noting the brutality of the...
Well, she tried to say she was sleepwalking.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Crime.
She then left him on the couch for approximately an hour and a half while he lay suffering and frankly dying because she wouldn't do anything to get him medical care.
Clark County District Court Judge Jacqueline Bluth acknowledging how emotional this sentencing is before sending Courtney to prison for life.
A 5-year-old understands every blow, every punch, every stomp, every slap. When you're screaming vitriol and hate in their face, they know what's happening to them for 26 long minutes. Ryan knew what you were doing to him.
The child's parents not present in the courtroom due to the trauma. Joby reading a statement from Ryan's dad describing how his sister, who was 7 at the time, is trying to cope.
Why did her brother have to go away to heaven? The only time that Carly gets to see her brother now is when she dreams of him in her sleep, of their happy memories together. No amount of healing can fill the hole of sadness that Lauren left us with.
Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
You guys remember this chick? You guys remember this?
A Montgomery County mother is wanted by police in 2 different states tonight after investigators say her 2 young children were found in deplorable living conditions.
The 12 and 3-year-old were left alone to fend for themselves for nearly...
Look at that broad right there, guys. Look at this.
Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Well, well, well.
2 months. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is live outside the home where all of this happened. Brooke?
Yeah, all of this really hard to believe. Now, the mom
it though,
left
guys?
about a few months ago, but they moved into this home a year ago, and the children were never enrolled in school in Texas. So officials tell me it was really easy for all of this to just go unnoticed. Inside this home, a nightmare for two young children, 12 and 3 years old. Roman Forest Police Chief Stephen Carlisle says they were abandoned for nearly 2 months.
There was no food in the house. Everything was empty. There was some dry beans and some spices is about it.
Their mother, Raven Yates, left them in late September, he says. There's been a warrant out for her arrest since December. Investigators say the 12-year-old never told anyone because she was threatened by what might happen
And
to
you guys
her
remember
little
that?
brother.
We looked at this story, right? But guys, look, here's the update.
This Montgomery County mother accused of abandoning her 2 children was all smiles when she was arrested 3 states away.
Yeah, guys, she's smiling. She thinks this is funny. Demons.
Diabolical.
Demons. That's what they are. Absolute demons.
Kind of a bizarre photo there. Well, officers found Raven Yates in Alabama more than 2 months after she vanished.
ABC 13's Brianna Connor is getting new facts on her arrest. And Brianna, what's next for this woman?
Hell.
Raven Yates still needs to be processed in Mobile, Alabama before she's brought
Oh
back
man,
here
B-Dub, I can get it too.
to Montgomery County to face the charges against her. Detectives working this case had been looking for Yates for about 3 months. I'm told law enforcement in Mobile had to break down the bedroom door of an older man's apartment to find her.
The popularity of it got a lot of people interested in it.
Raven Yates gained thousands of followers and has been trending on social media ever since she made headlines for accusations of abandonment. Roman Forest Police say she left her 12-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son all alone for 2 months. Investigators say they had to fend for themselves with little food or medicine at this house on Maplewood Ridge Drive while Yates lived in Alabama.
I've never seen anything like that, and I've never seen anybody play into the camera and play into the social media as she has.
Welcome to dealing with B-dubs, man. You know?
The entire time, Yates was posting provocative images like these online while fully aware there was a warrant out for her arrest. Roman Forest Police Chief Stephen Carlisle says tips poured in from the public, and that's what eventually led to her arrest in Mobile. This photo capturing Yates in cuffs and
I'm telling you, filters and makeup, and
dude.
wig.
Yikes, dude.
Ugh,
Yikes.
evil.
Look at this thing right here, guys. Look.
Clown world.
Not scared.
unbothered by the allegations that she put her own children in danger.
I think was playing for the camera. She wanted to have a smile. She wanted to look good.
Yates' 12-year-old is with her father, who lives out of state.
Awesome.
Police say the child was afraid to tell her dad what was happening at first because she was worried she'd be separated from her brother, who has a different dad. At last check, Yates' other children were safe with relatives while she prepares to head back home now.
We're waiting for her to be extradited back to Montgomery County, and then, of course, we'll be able to interview her and find out her side of the story, and we'll go from there.
If convicted, she could spend 20 years behind bars and away from social media attention. In Montgomery County, I'm Brianna Connor, ABC 13.
Damn. Look at that. Now, guys, here we go. Now this is from Reddit Ask Feminist. People say mothers delete infants more than fathers. I see this argument come up a fair bit when talking about statistics between violence perpetuated between men and women. I just want to know what the stats are. Person says, so this person just can't believe that the majority of young kids are deleted by their moms. Because this is the gynocracy right here. Person says, it's true, however, it requires context. Now, guys, do you think that they use this for any male-related negative statistic? Talk about context or nuance? No. And keep in mind that infanticide is a very rare occurrence in modern day. Yeah, right.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Mothers are responsible for nearly all intentional deletions that happen within the first 24 hours. Intentional murder, guys, that's redundant, right? What a joke. What's the word, guys, for when it's two words that are the same and it's redundant? Secret. We talked about
Oxymoron.
No. Hold on. Term where two redundant words are used. What was it? No, guys. What was the word that we just Googled the other day? And it was saying that you use two words like not a synonym. I'll try to remember it. It is I don't remember. A tautology. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, a tautology. Thanks, Ed. You let it. I see you. Thanks, pal. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, my friend. I would have been losing my mind.
So we know who went to a good school.
Yes. A synonym is a similar term, and an antonym is the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So synonym is a like word, and an antonym is a unlike word. It's the opposite word. Intentional murder, really? Well, no, that wouldn't be a tautology. But you know what I mean? Like, this is just redundant to say that it's intentional because all murders are intentional. You know? That happened in 24 hours. 4 out of 5 perpetrators being single moms with unwanted pregnancies. AKA B-dubs. Say mothers also account for most of intentional infanticide. There's 20 to 30% discrepancy between mothers and fathers. Most maternal perpetrators are not deemed responsible due to insanity. So, guys, you see that? They are the most responsible, but they get off because of insanity. Guys, I'm telling you. Guys, if you don't believe that we live in a gynocracy, guys, here's your evidence. What a joke. Most moms who do this are 20 and below, aka B-dubs. Look at that. We need to take into account how many women are actually raising their own children versus men. 21% of all mothers are single moms. Well, that's not the United States. So in other words, they're trying to look at this. You make a very good point. And also, if fathers really were worried about these stats, they'd be more proactive in being a parent instead of defaulting the majority of child rearing unto the mother. You dunderhead. The courts do that. You absolute idiot. Guys, this is why I'm not even having kids, guys. What a joke. Guys, look, everyone else is pointing out women are caregivers more than men, so that skews the numbers. But guys, isn't it funny that they won't give men the benefit of the doubt when it comes to this? Gyno-fascism, man. They're trying to explain away any negative thing that women do. Now, guys, I have a question for you guys, right? First, if baby deletion isn't murder, why is deleting the pregnant chick a double murder? Guys, why? Isn't that funny, guys? How they say, oh, it's a clump of cells. Oh, it's not a person. It's a parasite. But in most states, if you drop kick a pregnant chick down the stairs, all of a sudden it's... Look at that, man. Look at that. Guys, what a joke. What a joke, guys. Guys, do you see how illogical this is? And it's so funny because in states like California, if a woman does kind of fall down the stairs or is pushed down the stairs, guys, they can't charge the person because they have it codified into their law that the fetus is not a person. Look at that. Look, hold on. Okay. So this is saying this is legal contention, shifting grounds convicted by POO law, by ruling miscarriage as manslaughter, the intentional abortion of fetus could constitute murder. However, at the time, Oklahoma permitted baby deletion up to 22 weeks. The fetus wasn't viable. The termination would be legal. Furthermore, criminalizing substance abuse while pregnant may conversely not protect the health. So you guys can see that the law is all over the place. Look at that. There may be culpability knowingly poisoning the fetus, but definition evidence knowingly and poisoning is elusive. Interesting. So guys, they're all over the place with this, all over the place. It's up to them to figure this out, not us, guys. But guys, while they're figuring, so guys, wrap it up every single time. Do not deal with these absolute dunderhead. Whoa. Here, I kind of think about the psychology of women who do this, right? Because it's a complex issue. No mother ever really means to do this. Please. Hold on, guys. Where are we?
This is one of the
True Crime Arizona. In recent weeks and months, we have reported on several stories that all have the same element: dead children at the hands of their mothers.
And these cases often become high profile as so many of us struggle to comprehend how any mother could get to that point. Well, tonight, some insight from a forensic psychologist about what they found happens inside the minds of these mothers. Our true crime correspondent, Brianna Whitney, is here. You've been looking into this. These are always the saddest cases for police to respond to, for us to cover, and for our viewers to watch. It's incomprehensible.
Fair use, YouTube. Fair use.
They're the most traumatic for sure, and it seems like we've reported on several of them in the last few months. That's why we wanted to look into this. It truly is one of the most tragic crimes we see, and now I've learned moms who kill their own kids tend to fall into different categories to
Man, she can get it too.
Explain how and why they got there. Moms can have very different motives for carrying out this out, and it's important to identify to know how to stop someone else from doing this very thing.
The public sees these faces and often feels this is what pure evil looks like.
This is one of the crimes that seems incomprehensible to most folks. Unfortunately, mothers killing their children is more common than we'd like to think.
In Reference Vineyard, they're saying the mother put the kids down for a nap with some sort of medication, all under 3 years old.
In some cases, maybe it is just evil.
Help me, please, I kill my kids.
But in more instances than not, forensic psychologist Dr. Erin Nelson says the psychology of mothers who kill their children is much more complex.
There are very different motives for mothers who kill their children.
They should be in that house there, right in that trailer. Last week, Phoenix mother Rachel Henry just changed her plea to guilty of first-degree murder for smothering her 3 young children to death in 2020, then propping them up to look like they were napping. One of the biggest questions, why? Rachel Henry's family and friends described a mental decline and possible drug use after she lost her mom, her job, and moved across the country. Friends also reported domestic violence between Henry and her boyfriend. Nelson says her likely motive? Things didn't seem they'd get better.
It could be, I can't live in this world anymore, and it's a cruel world, and I need to take you to heaven with me. I can't leave you
Look at
vulnerable
that,
or
guys.
exposed.
That aspect is one that falls under the most common category of filicide when a parent kills their child. It's called altruistic filicide.
They believe this act, this offense, will be to the benefit of their child.
You shot them?
Yeah, I shot them. Please come here. She's still breathing.
This summer, Octavia Rogers was found guilty except insane in a plea deal by the court after killing her 3 young sons in 2016. She dismembered them and put them in a closet and suitcase before stabbing herself. She told family she wanted to send them to heaven. Nelson says the twisted thought behind that.
They are helping to assist, taking the burden upon themselves to help assist the child or children to get to a better place.
Because she was deemed insane, she could not understand the wrongfulness of what she did. But what gets...
Look at that, guys. You hear that?
Assist the child or children to get to a better place.
Because she was deemed insane, she could not understand the wrongfulness of what she did.
Do you guys believe that? Guys, is there anything that a man can do and be deemed insane and just get off? And guys, here, anyone who's coming up, guys, hit the StreamYard link, you know? But guys, in secret, let me know if you agree. Guys, being found not guilty by reason of insanity is actually worse than being found guilty. Does anyone know why? Secret, do you?
Because you remain in custody until you're deemed sane enough to stand trial.
Exactly. And guys, you have a lot less rights in the loony bin. You know what I'm saying? Guys, they can force feed you. They can force you to take medication. Guys, it's crazy. And guys, imagine you're the only sane person in a place full of crazy people. And guys, you are locked up indefinitely. Cooked. Can you imagine, guys? You're the only sane person in the loony bin, and every night you wake up to.
Look.
No thanks, man.
Look, dealing with some of these chicks, I feel that way all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, man, no bueno.
But what gets difficult to categorize is someone like this.
Is it your intention, ma'am? You had expressed earlier that you would like to represent yourself.
Yes, sir.
Is that still your intention?
Yes, Your Honor.
The infamous Lori Vallow.
When you get into sort of intense, zealous religious beliefs, it gets a little blurrier.
Vallow was convicted of murdering her 2 young children in 2019 after marrying doomsday prophet Chad Daybell, who also killed his wife. The two started deeming people light and dark spirits in their extreme religious beliefs, and anyone in their way of living was essentially eliminated. Nelson says that mindset includes selfishness.
Cases with that motivation would not qualify as insanity from a psychological or a legal standpoint. That's just selfishness and greed.
Lori Vallow is not only just deemed mentally competent to stand trial here for conspiracy to commit 2 other murders, she also is planning to represent herself in court, as you heard here in the story.
Guys, what do they say about a person who represents themselves in court?
They got a fool as a client.
Exactly.
As for some of the other categories of filicide, they include spouse revenge, acutely psychotic, and accidental as a result of abuse. That goes too far, guys. There's so much to this.
Yeah, so heartbreaking to hear every single time. With these cases, are the moms usually suicidal?
There you
One
go.
would think so, right? One would think this, they've really found no other way, that they're at the end with everything. But actually, Dr. Nelson said only about 20 to 25% of moms who kill their kids are suicidal at the time. So they fall into those other categories we were mentioning, like spouse revenge, for example. You're so mad at your partner that you're going to take out what brings them joy. That's where that kind of mindset falls into place. The abuse one, that's like Munchausen by proxy, that's one of those kind of unique situations that falls into that, where there's abuse and it goes too far and then a child dies. So it's very interesting how to kind of characterize them. But Dr. Nelson said that it can be hard. There can be overlap. It's like a Venn diagram, right? They might fit into several different categories, but they use these to try to prevent what would happen in the future to other kids.
Yeah, sometimes there are red flags and warning signs, and sometimes nothing at all. So
Right.
Each case very different. Thanks, Brianna.
And for a white girl, she got a little bit of junk in that trunk.
Now, guys, guys, Munchausen is no joke, man. Munchausen is no joke. Guys, this is not a game, dude. You want to talk about some of the worst cases there are? These mothers doing jacked up stuff to their kids. Guys, put a 1 if you ever heard of Munchausen's by proxy. Right?
Yeah.
Check this out.
A mother who pretended her own daughter was sick. That's what investigators claim. They say Kelly Turner manipulated doctors into prescribing medication her little girl didn't need.
What is Munchausen syndrome by proxy?
Yeah, it's this really weird mental disorder where usually parents will make their kids sick in order to get attention.
Why would somebody do such a thing?
Oh, that's
Because they're a dunder-headed broad, right? Right, guys? Guys, why do women do anything? You know? Other than the fact that they're demons. You know? I mean, that's what it comes down to. Liberty Caps, how you doing? Steve, how you doing? Captain Palsy, how you doing? Mr. Smith, how you doing? Yeah, well, how you doing, my friend?
The $1 million question, and the answer is I don't know.
We want to be clear that in this indictment, nobody is alleging that Kelly Turner had Munchausen's by proxy, but it is mentioned. And I wanted to ask you if you saw symptoms of it.
And I haven't evaluated her, so I don't know.
But psychology expert Dr. Max Wachtel sees a pattern of the disorder.
If the stuff in there is true and it's proven beyond a reasonable doubt, that it sounds like Munchausen's by proxy. And it sounds like a woman who has taken it a step further than it normally is taken.
7-year-old Olivia Gant died after investigators say her mom purposefully withdrew medical care and nourishment.
With this illness, it is not common for the child to die.
The goal is not to kill your child, it's to have a sick child. Now, sometimes these cases tragically end in death, but usually those deaths are accidental. They're trying to keep the kid alive and sick.
How common is this illness?
This is really rare. That when doctors see really sick kids, they're really sick and they really have those diseases, and their parents are suffering and they are miserable. They are not getting any sort of internal benefit or pleasure from being the parent of a sick kid.
Now, guys, we'll do this, and then I have a video for you guys to watch. All right, now, guys, it's pretty bad.
Welcome back to the show. So several years ago, we spoke with writer Andrea Dunlop about her novel that focused on a case of Munchausen by proxy. It's a form of abuse described as an emotional disorder where a parent or caregiver fakes an illness in their child or the person they're caring for to gain medical attention.
That really divided my family about 10 years ago. I went on to write a novel, We Came Here to Forget, which was what I was on the show talking about. That was very much inspired by that experience, and have gone on to do some advocacy and awareness work around the topic, and have joined the American Professional Society on the Abuse of Children's Munchausen by Proxy Committee, which is a group of interdisciplinary professionals. And Mary is...
Guys, that's ice skating uphill, because first of all, like, you can't accuse women of doing anything. You can't hold them accountable for anything, but you're going to say, look, not only are you a bad mom, but you're a psycho too? How successful do you think that you're going to be with that?
Sure. So that's how she and I know each other.
Well, Mary, that's a great question for you. What does the society do?
Well, the American Professional Society on the Abuse of Children, it's a very interdisciplinary society. There are pediatricians, psychologists, psychiatrists, social work, child advocates, and basically all of these disciplines come together to investigate, to be able to understand, to do research in the area of child abuse. It is pretty much case study based.
What are some warning signs to look out for?
As far as warning signs for Munchausen by proxy child abuse, what we are looking for is persistent illness that is not responsive to treatment and basically where the story doesn't fit the clinical picture. For example, a parent that says a child is having numerous seizures and no one sees these seizures but the parent. A parent that says a child needs a feeding tube, but when the child goes to the hospital, the child is able to eat and drink. And so basically what's being reported doesn't fit with what we see.
I mean, I know it's hard to identify each psychosis, but like, what are some of the reasons that parents do this? Or
Oh, dude, Liberty Caps is right, guys. Yes. Guys, how much do you think Munchausen's has to do with these moms who think that their kid is a transformer? Yeah, that makes sense. Because, guys, put a 1 if you agree, guys. There's no such thing as a transformer child. No such thing. Anyone that actually thinks that little kids are transformers, guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Absolutely insane.
Or caregivers do this to children.
It is hard to imagine. I think it's why it's hard for professionals and for judges to believe and understand that this type of abuse takes place. There have been parents that have come forward and have been able to tell us why they've engaged in these behaviors. And what I've heard from parents is that they feel disempowered, that they want the attention of being seen as a parent of a sick child. There's a lot of attention that comes with that, a lot of perks, basically. They've been able to meet celebrities, sometimes first ladies.
To frame it that way, it sort of almost sounds glib to say, oh, well, they're doing it because they want attention. But of course, we all do things for attention. And some people just do it in really, really harmful ways. And this is an example of that. And that's why,
Sad. All right, guys. Here, buckle in for this, guys. Buckle in for this. Watch this, guys. Look at this. Watch.
So my son was diagnosed with leukemia on April 16th. And from the beginning, I started to seek second, third, fourth opinions because I wasn't in denial. I just wasn't okay with chemotherapy. And this is not something that is new.
She said, and I quote, my son was diagnosed with leukemia, but I don't think that I'm going to give him chemotherapy. Look at that. Guys, why? Why did who or what created us or put us here? Put the primary care of, the bearing and primary rearing of children in the hands of the most dunderheaded group of people that have ever lived. Why?
For me, because I've always been skeptical about the FDA, the bioengineered foods, like things that are, the government is putting in our children's bodies. And this is proof. Like if you go back to my Facebook page, I've been advocating for this for a couple months now, so when I got to Miami, I didn't want to start chemotherapy. I was so skeptical, but CPS was called, detectives were called. Like I was basically forced to start chemotherapy on my son.
So guys, do you see? Child Protective Services had to force her to start the chemo on her son. Absolute joke. Guys, there's no excuse for this. She should be in jail. Because put a 1 if you agree. This idiot should be in jail. In jail.
And I never wanted for a second to do something so toxic to my son. I wanted to do a natural approach, which is what I have been looking for. And so I've been looking into leukemia and where it comes from and the way that it processes and the way that it grows and just everything about it. And I'll be the first to say it don't add up. It don't make no sense. Like the doctor.
You're a thunderheaded 304 who can barely read. What do you mean that it doesn't make sense? She probably uses the wrong there when she writes. She uses the wrong your. It doesn't add up. Guys, what are you talking about? Guys, the wisest thing that you can do as a person is realize that you like what you don't know. Admit that you don't know stuff. Guys, my dad's a doctor, right? But he'll tell you, guys, but his specialization is not cancer. So he'll tell you, look, go to an oncologist. Guys, there's information that you can look up on the internet. Because when it comes to things like engineering, chemistry, medicine, guys, there's experts for a reason. You can question the experts, fine. But guys, at the same time, they're experts for a reason. Get a second opinion, but if multiple doctors say the same thing, there's a high likelihood that they're correct. You guys, why is it that people will take like their car to a mechanic and the mechanic says, hey, it's this, but then they'll question doctors and ignore them? Because I'm not trying to say have blind faith in doctors, because something like leukemia is very, very well understood by now. Because back in the 80s, and Secret, you're older than I am. You remember, man, back in the 70s, the 80s? Because anytime before the 90s, if you got cancer, you were cooked.
Yeah.
You were cooked. That was like the horrible C word. The only thing that was worse than the C word was the high five. Because if you got the high five in the 80s and the early 90s, the 70s, you were cooked.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, if you got cancer in the 80s, you were dead. That was it. And now people just, oh yeah, I have cancer, and you regularly expect them to survive it. What a joke.
Explain it to me, and when I, come with my understanding and my thought process, they'll be like, that's a good thought process, but there's science, there's data, there's this, there's that. And one thing about leukemia, it's a one size fits all, and that's not the case, So here we are. I found a way that I want to basically incorporate chemotherapy, and the hell is real that is being raised against me. But the Lord keeps waking me up at 3 a.m. every single day, and I can't sleep. I can't sleep thinking about continuing chemotherapy on my son, after he's in remission. Like, after they go into remission, they do, they said, I think it's 2 to 3 years. So the first 6 to 8 months is crucial. These kids, like, they're putting toxic in the body. So what happens with chemotherapy, it doesn't distinguish between good or bad cells. It destroys all cells. But it's not just any toxic, thing. The first person that ever found a cure for chemo, he used all natural plants. The only thing is that these natural plants allegedly were releasing too much sugar, so these children were relapsing and not making it. So somewhere along the journey, somebody else put their 2 cents in and basically came up with this chemotherapy that we have today. And I know they say that there's been research for hundreds of years, but it don't make no sense. There's natural ways for our bodies to heal. There are natural ways for us to come out on the other side of this.
Your body naturally gives you cancer. Guys, people go, oh, well, cancer rates are through the roof. Guys, if you're old enough, there's a good chance that you'll get the cancer of something, right? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't until the 70s, 80s, and 90s that people started living past their like 60s and 70s. Because this is why the United States, guys, because we didn't have a department of aging and aging people until the 90s, because there was no reason to, because people didn't live that long. You think that a guy who's 95 probably won't have some type of like malformed cell growth? Look at that.
I'm not saying that I have the cure for cancer, but what I'm saying is my son is not going to get the FDA approved cure for cancer. The same people
Look at that.
that puts bioengineered in foods into our system, of our kids' systems, is the one that mandates chemotherapy. FDA is the one that basically regulates chemotherapy and says, let's go full force. The only way to handle this cancer is to destroy it, right? And this is my issue, right? We know that the government is corrupt. We know this. I mean, the people that want to be naive, that's on them. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you just live in a bubble. That's your problem.
Well, here's the thing, guys, about big pharma, right? Big pharma, they need to make billions. And guys, cancer treatments, say what you want, they make billions because a lot of them work. I would say that the majority of them work. If that's one thing that they don't play with, is something that says it saves your life and it doesn't. You don't think that they were incentivized to make these treatments, these cancer treatments that actually work? Guys, there's billions of dollars in it. Corporate greed goes both ways, guys. It goes both ways. They're incentivized to make a lot of money by saving lives just as much as they are by just creating problems and giving us needless drugs. You know? Imagine being the first company that made an effective leukemia treatment. How much money that they could make.
But in my heart of hearts, in my spirit, in my mind, in my soul, praying and just going through this for the last 2 weeks, there's not a part of me that's like, we're going to continue chemo. We're going to continue killing your son's body in order to kill the cancer. Like, there's no part of me, because I understand that Enoch talks about the fallen angels and the knowledge, the forbidden knowledge, and a lot
And
of
this is why, guys, this, put a one if you agree. This is why women shouldn't be pastors. You know what I'm saying? Well, what is she talking about?
Exactly.
Guys, this chick's son is going to perish. Look at this.
So I just got out of my meeting with CPS and the doctors, and basically they said that if Jezreel doesn't start chemotherapy, that he has a chance that he will definitely pass away. And I said it very loud and clear, I'm not starting chemotherapy. And so whatever that looks like, it's scary, of course, because obviously my brain wants to give in, but there's no way. There's no way that they're telling me that this is the only way. He said that FDA doesn't mandate them. They don't mandate anything.
Liberty Caps, good luck with that, dude. Guys, we know what cancer is. We have a firm understanding of what cancer is. Guys, we understood cancer way before we understood the high five or any this stuff. Guys, if you just do a basic Google search, you can see what cancer is and how to treat it. You guys don't know how many millions and millions of lives have been saved by cancer. I mean, saved by chemo, radiation, etc. Liberty, please, please, please don't do this. I'm not an expert, guys, but guys, I know people in my personal life that have beat cancer. Not just that, but beat it multiple times. Okay? Well, hey, Liberty Caps, hey, you know what? I can't convince you, but bro, good luck with that. Good luck. If you think that you know better than the consensus of doctors for the last 70 years of all the people here, guys, isn't it funny? We talk about healthcare that the rich people get the best treatments, right? Guys, if rich, powerful people are doing it, the ones who are supposed to be the hidden hand or whatever, and you have access to it, why wouldn't you do it, right? See, Grip? Right?
Exactly.
If billionaires are getting chemo to live, right? Why wouldn't you do it? Right. Okay. So guys, I'm not gonna even argue. On this channel, we can agree to disagree, because cancer, we have a basic understanding of how it works. And there's no amount of research on Earth that can change the medical model of cancer diagnosis and treatment, period. There just isn't. I would like to see how people think that they could get through cancer without any type of thank you, Brent. That's right, guys. Brent did go through the ringer for cancer radiation. That's right. Yeah. So, and once again, I wish anyone who doesn't think that they should treat their cancer the right way, I wish you well. You know, I really, really, really do. But guys, you would be foolish to not do what millions and millions and millions and millions of people have done for the last 60, 70 years and are here because of it. You know? Either way.
Look, I pay for insurance for a reason, and I'm damn sure using it.
Well, guys, here's the thing. Let's just say that you held these beliefs about this holistic medicine. If your 5-year-old or your 7-year-old got diagnosed, would you do that for them? That's insane. So, but yeah. Anyways, we can agree to disagree, but I just think that it's silly to say that there's tens of millions of people who have access to stuff, and that you can talk to people who have this done. You can literally talk to people in this chat that have been through it and survived, and you're just gonna say, "Oh, you guys just don't know what you're talking about." Even though you survived cancer, you did the treatment. I never have, but you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Liberty Cops, you could be a CNA or something. I don't know. My dad worked in the medical field for 50 years. So what? You know what I mean? Brent says he did three years from 3 years to 13, 2 times radiation. Yeah. So, like I said, guys, we can agree to disagree. But I want you guys to be on this earth for as long as possible. And guys, I just don't see how this is the hill to die on or the sword to die on. I mean, to throw yourself on. You know? But oh well, hey, best of luck to you guys. That's all I can say.
I know it all, but it doesn't sound right to me when I know that there are natural ways that he can be healed, and I know that he can. And now the ball is in CPS's hands, and so
dumbass.
I don't know. He probably will take my rights. I don't know if this is going to go to court, whatever the case may be. But whatever it is, I know that I went down with a fight, and I know that I advocated for my child. But the quality of life of my child is not going to be what I want it to be for him. You know, they're telling me that his quality of life will be amazing, but that's not true. I have faith that God will heal my son.
I mean, this is like people. Well, no. There's probably nothing that you guys can say to me based on the research that I've done, because I was going to go to medical school back in the day, and then I have medical professionals in my family also, right? And I've looked from a layman's terms at the research. Yeah, I mean, different perspectives. As guys here, have your perspectives, because I want you to be as skeptical of all medical treatments as you are of cancer treatments, right? So guys, I don't want to see you guys taking antibiotics. I don't want to see you guys taking x-rays, MRIs, let's see, any type of that stuff, guys. Okay, I want you to question every single part of medical science as much as you question cancer therapy. I want you to question the high five drugs. I want you to question penicillin for the clap. I want you to question all of that. I bet you guys don't have equal smoke for all the treatments across the board. So if you guys can explain why you're singling out. Well, I understand cancer is in here, but show me that you're not just singling out cancer for no reason, and then give me arguments for every single treatment of every single major disease. And tell me why you should be skeptical, and you'll be fine.
Without chemotherapy, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to.
Anyways, guys, let's go here.
Cleveland police kick in the door. Not a raid, but a rescue.
Cleveland police! Cleveland police!
Officers keep following the sound of crying. Then they find this.
Are you okay?
Did you guys know that we have a cure for hepatitis C? Did you know that? So
they've had that cure for what, a decade now?
No, it was like 3 or 4 years, I believe. Hold on.
Because they was announcing that medication.
Yeah,
like 10 years ago.
Yeah, guys, we can cure hepatitis. Meaning, like that's the one that the junkies get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So guys, we cured hepatitis C, and one day, guys, they're gonna have a cure for the high five. Yeah,
because from my understanding of that, the hepatitis is that long term, allegedly, it does worse things to your body than the high five, which I was shocked that they cured that first. Because it turns out the treatment was the cure.
Yeah. So, guys, once again, I see why people were skeptical of the pokey poke, right? And guys, I know people who didn't even get it. Seriously, I know people. I know a guy who stood on business and he didn't get it. He lived in New York. He quit his job. He got a job where he had to work from home, and he just didn't leave his house until they lifted the forceful thing to. You know what I'm saying? But no, Liberty Cap, we actually have a cure for hepatitis. There you go. Look at this. It's curable, 95%. Look at this. Myvaret and Epclusa, oral-only treatments that cure the virus. So yeah, guys, we actually have a cure for hepatitis C. Absolutely insane. You could take it and it's gone. It actually deletes the virus. Yeah, so it's not steroids. It's an actual antiviral. But guys, here's the thing, right? If you're gonna not get the pokey poke, because guys, you didn't have to do it, right? You just have to stand on business. How far are you willing to go? Like I said, I know a guy where he just didn't leave his house. He didn't leave his house. He got a job that didn't require it, and he didn't leave. In the same way, guys, the Amish didn't have to get it. Guys, you can move to a commune and live on your own and not have got the pokey poke. Just how far are you willing to go for your principles? Most people didn't stand on business and they got it. You know what I'm saying? But there are people out there who said no and they didn't do it.
I was one of them.
You know? So and shingles comes from the
is it chicken pox?
Yeah, chicken pox virus. I know a guy, he got shingles twice. Poor bastard.
Oh, hey, bud. Adam 3-1 radio. You got EMS come out here and check on 3 toddlers, no adults. They were locked in their room.
Police find 3 little kids home alone, West 42nd and Store, but finding the kids only solves part of the mystery. Suddenly, the mother shows up. More on her in a moment. All started like this. A neighbor heard endless crying, called police. Officers at first heard nothing, but they didn't walk away. They kept looking, found the kids, and the video shows police also found mom had been out drinking. The city blurs faces on police video.
You weren't worried about your kids when you locked them in the bedroom and you took off, were you? What's your name? You smell like you've been drinking. You just come from the bar? Where you at, Benny's?
Child endangering charge now filed against Liz Yomaris Torres Rivera. She's pleading not guilty.
The I-team came here to the apartment. We wanted to try to talk to mom, but when we got here, look at what we found on the door. She's been evicted. Plus, the landlord left a note saying the property's been vandalized. Police say inside they found garbage, bugs.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
Side.
Put your hands behind your back.
Wait. Oh, now she cares about her kids. But yeah. Yeah, guys, you know how crazy that it was? My nephew's 20 and he's never had the chicken pox, bro. Secret. He was like, chicken pox? What's that? I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, guys, he's never had chicken pox because he got the pokey poke, for that. None of his friends have ever had it. Guys, I got the chicken pox my senior year of high school. No, my junior year of high school. Bro, I was so sick. I was so sick, dude. Oh no, it was so bad. But here we go, guys. Watch.
I know I look crazy, but I'm not crazy.
A mother who said the internet made her kill her 2 children has now been sentenced to 2 life sentences.
Guys, do you think that's?
I remember this chick.
Yeah, that's good enough. 2 life sentences. I would give that an A+, guys. Yep.
32-year-old Tiffany Lucas was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms after the fatal shooting of her sons, 6-year-old Maurice Baker Jr. and 9-year-old Jaden Howard.
How you gonna name a little kid Maurice? Hey, Liberty Cats, bro, my brother didn't get chicken pox until he was in college. Guys, he was so sick. He was in the bathtub covering himself in oatmeal. Because I got him and he didn't. He was laughing at me. I'm like, this isn't funny, right? And then he got him in college. It was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. Yeah. He said, "Hey, can you go to the store and get me some more of it?" Oh no!
You're taking too much pleasure in this.
Whatever, screw him. He was laughing at me. Oh, guys, I was so sick. I lost like 27 pounds. All I could taste was orange soda. I was so sick. Oh no, guys. Oh no, right?
When interrogated, Lucas said,
I wouldn't have hurt them.
Yeah, right.
I just feel like I felt bad and I didn't. I was like playing the video games and I wasn't like focusing how I was supposed to, and they get that video game, it just messes their minds up. To where people can manipulate their parents or do whatever they want. And I feel like someone put something upon my house or me or something. Like, I just don't feel right. I'm not, I don't do this. I don't know if I can do.
She then went on to say, I would never do anything like this unless someone manipulated me. She showed signs that she may not be medically fit to face trial. However, medical examiners determined that she was. She eventually pleaded guilty to the murders and was given 2 consecutive life terms. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments.
I know I look crazy, but I'm...
God, what do you think, man? That's crazy, right? Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and because she was good, and what was so sad is that she was portraying on social media, the perfect life, and
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, the grandparents were heartbroken because like if you didn't want them, you could.
Why did you take?
We would have took them.
Yeah. Yes.
Why did you take the decision to pile the bodies on top of each other in a freezer?
What do you mean?
Why did you do that?
Well, I only had one deep freezer. We didn't take the decision to pile the bodies on top of each other. Where's she gonna go?
How did you conceivably sleep at night?
I slept well.
Look at that, guys. Look
Well,
at that.
well, well. Well, well, well. Well, well, well.
Guys, hit the like button, guys. Hype this video if you're watching on your phone. Hit the super chat button because guys, there's no way that this is going to be monetized after the fact. There's just no way. Yeah, guys, Liberty's right. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. People, guys, our grandparents and parents and great grandparents went through world wars and famine and all this other stuff, And now people don't have coping mechanisms. So they do all of this foolishness. I honestly think that Americans should have to do some type of civil service, and then they should have to go to a third world kind of country. 18-year-olds needed to go to like South America, Eastern Europe, or Africa for like 7 months, 8 months, just to appreciate how good they have it here. Build some coping mechanism. See how hard it is. Look at how they have first world problems. What a joke.
Of course, at first I cried. It was up because I had to let go of all of that. There were no other options. I'm not playing crazy. I wasn't in depression. None of that.
You want to talk about your surviving children, though, Michelle? You didn't ever consider turning yourself in?
If my son told me that he did not want me to go after what happened, a statement. After I killed son, do you really think I was about to turn myself in because of her? Hell no. No. No.
And you feel no remorse for that?
I would kill him again.
Look.
Yeah.
That, guys. Look at that. And guys, here's the thing. Guys, can I see you guys? If you can unmute here, right? Guys, this is why our space will always win. Okay? Guys, was it well, Liberty Caps? We found something that we disagree on. But guys, are we gonna disqualify each other? Mm-hmm. No. Guys, Liberty Caps, well, they're supporters. I support them. Guys, we can agree to disagree. Their hearts are in the right place. I believe that they have good intentions. They believe that I have good intentions. Because we don't do this purity testing that the wokey and the feminists do. Guys, put a 1 if you agree, right? Because how many places do you guys think that if Liberty Caps or well talked about the pokey poke in a bad way or whatever, right? All of a sudden, everyone, they would just, how dare you, right? And block them, kick them out. No, guys, no. We don't purity test over here. Because I guarantee that everyone that I disagreed with in this chat or on this channel, we agree with 95, 97% of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Right? Where there's just 1, 2, 3 things that we disagree on. Because we need to have people who we disagree with in our space. We need to have people who will say, hey, well, here, I think this way. And then we can talk things out. And even if we don't change each other's minds, we can understand where the other person's coming from and be like, and as we're gathering evidence or moving through life, like, Liberty said that one thing, or Snowboard said that one thing. Oh, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But we cannot do what the left does and have this tribalistic goofball mindset where if you even sound like you're saying something that doesn't fit the narrative, right, we kick you out. It's ridiculous. It drives me absolutely.
Yeah.
But actually, guys, you know what? Here. I actually do, guys. I encourage it on their side because, guys, that means that our side will always win. Guys, look. I honestly believe, guys, that the Palestine thing is what's gonna keep the right winning for the next, 10, 15 years. Because they're never going to get over this on the left ever. Any politician, okay. I would have thought that Orange Man was a bigger, that the Wokiwokes hated Orange Man more, but no, they hate people on their side who support the small hat place more than they hate Orange Man, which is nuts. Put a 1, guys, if you agree. The left is more fractured than ever, more tribalistic than ever, and more beholden to these purity tests than ever. They can have a person who agrees with them on 98% of things, but then Palestine pops up and all of a sudden they're out of there.
Yeah.
So,
with them, there's so much infighting. It's dog eat fury. Eat furry. That's what I meant.
Lisa, why on earth would you want to kill your 2 children? What reason would you have to kill your 2 children? Talk to us.
A Pennsylvania mother brutally murder.
Yeah, look at that, guys. Well, guys, hold on. There was a news story.
But how you were saying that echo chamber thing, or I just joined, but I got kicked out of 2 Discord servers, and they were about philosophy and stuff, and they kicked me out as soon as I said one thing they relatively disagreed with, they just banned me. And I wasn't in there trolling. It's if you can't have a good faith discussion with somebody, truth is often found through arguments.
Yeah.
And a constructive argument. I'm not in there just being a troll or trying to interrupt everybody. You know what I mean? It's just well, this is what philosophy kind of is. You're supposed to debate ideas, and here's the thing, being wrong is actually good. So then you learn something new. You know what I mean? It's it's fine to be wrong. I don't know why everyone thinks they're going to be the smartest person.
But guys, what do I always say? Snowboard. A debate is not about convincing the other person.
For the audience, yeah.
Thank you very much. And here's the thing, guys. I have plenty of friends. Guys, your algorithm should be full of stuff on the other side and stuff on our side. Guys, I have all types of crazy, atheist stuff I still watch, left-wing socialist stuff, because I want to see what they're talking about. So I have a good balance of what I watch day to day, right? And what you realize more and more is that, guys, they don't even know how to argue. Because the moment that you say something that they're not used to, they totally lose their minds. Oh, guys, did you see? Hold on. Let me see if I have this. Snowboard. It's a good thing you're here. Was this on Twitter? Hold on. Or on Instagram? Hold on. I want to show you guys something really fast, if I could. And I'll show you guys. It's the ultimate example of the ponytail patrol. Here it is. Guys, look. You guys remember that?
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah.
You see this?
Yeah.
Watch. So, guys, this is that goof who tried to run through the thing and annihilate Trump, right? Guys, look at the ponytail patrol. Look at the ponytail patrol. Watch. They ran away.
Yep.
They ran away.
Yep. It's kind of weird that they were thinking.
Oh no, guys! one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Look at that, guys. What is going on?
Isn't it a bit strange that they chose to like work on this like metal detector like during an event at all times?
Yeah,
it really really strange.
Look at this title: Transformer mom kidnaps son to get gender surgery. Guys, we'll cover this.
Holy crap!
Yeah, took the kid to Mexico. Took the kid to Mexico. Took him to some doctor, and the doctor said, insane.
And was it a boy to get his
ding
lopped off?
Sister. We have
what's this?
A mother shows up at a home in the middle of the night, hours away from her own. No one knows where her children are and if those kids are okay.
Wellesley, Massachusetts PD has been contacted to do a welfare check at that address and put that in the call comments.
Now that mom is set to face charges of murder for allegedly killing her own 2 children.
Do you understand you have that right?
Yes, sir.
Police say the victims were just 7 and 6 years old, a brother and sister. We have court documents that are now telling us what potentially was going on in their mom's life that allegedly could have played a part in this horrible tragedy. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
Guys, once again, happy Deadbeat Moms Week. You know what I'm saying? Guys, this is going to culminate in on Sunday's Live, guys. You know, we're going to talk about single moms destroy everything they touch. It's just going to be talking about the cost of single motherhood in our society, how everything's just been straight up cooked, where the single motherhood started, how it's propped up, just an overall view of how horrible single moms have been for society as a whole.
Down how this story went from Massachusetts to Vermont and is now headed back to Massachusetts in just a moment. Here is Jeanette's mugshot that was released by authorities in Vermont. I'm blurring the bottom of it because there is a very noticeable gash across her throat. And we'll talk a little bit more about what happened in court today and where this case could go next in just a moment. But I want to talk about
But now her son has a gash.
Because they can't show the gash on YouTube. Oh!
Through pictures.
Hey
And I know
guys,
the
I'm
pictures
sure,
only tell.
the family's going to need a donation. Make sure to hit the Gash app on them.
Oh!
How are they going to pay for the lawyer fees without your help?
A sliver of a story. It appears she was a mom that loved her kids.
Yeah,
she lived
right. Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
in Wellesley, Massachusetts, and she did live with her husband.
Oh,
it
Wellesley
seems,
is
and
a
those
pretty
2
wealthy
children.
area too.
Really?
Not far near from Boston. Yeah, my brother used to live there. Yeah,
Now,
Wellesley.
Liberty. You mean Ho Fund Me? Oh!
Yeah, people who live in Wellesley are like the top, 3% of people with money in the world. It takes a lot of money to live there. It's expensive. And they probably had a vacation home in Vermont or something is why I'm gathering.
Why would you have a vacation home in like another cold area? Then that don't make
to ski.
sense.
A lot of people ski and stuff like that. So
people are nuts.
Well, it's a way to like get to the country and like that's because Wellesley is sort of like it's like almost a suburb of Boston, but it's like nice. Like these people are not hurting for money. I'll put it that way.
Hey guys, go over to the Canadian Spider-Man's channel. He has some pretty cool live streams over there. Go to Snowboard's channel too, but guys, go to Canadian Spider-Man's channel. He talks about like traveling and Canadian politics. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool dude, man. I guess he's alright. Let me see.
Hey, you can't say Canuck without saying cuck. Oh!
Yeah, man, he has a cool channel over here. So, he does live streams and everything. So, pretty cool.
In this very ritzy suburb outside Boston. In fact, Wellesley is one of the wealthiest suburbs in the entire
Yeah.
Ms. McCausland, this is Judge Corsones. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
In court today, McCausland seemed emotional. She was looking down at times as the judge and attorneys were speaking. She waived her right to extradition, and that clears the way for her to return to Massachusetts to face far more serious charges than what she is facing in Vermont. As she signed the form in court waiving her extradition, a very interesting moment. She asked the judge this question.
Go ahead and sign the waiver form.
I'm the defendant, sir.
Now, we'll talk a little bit more about what will happen next in the legal side of things in just a moment, but let's get back to what we know about Jeanette. We searched her name online and we found that she worked as an acupuncturist at a highly rated clinic in a Boston suburb. Her picture and profile on that website were taken down as of Sunday night.
My brother's ex-girlfriend might actually work
that
with
started
her.
just a couple days.
She worked at my brother's ex-girlfriend or his ex-fiance might actually work with her. She was a acupuncturist when he was living in Wellesley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she might work at this. She might actually know this chick. Probably encouraged her to do it because they were liberals, but doctor, big money liberal, that type.
Before that, on Friday evening, it was around 9:15 Friday night that police in Bennington, Vermont, which is in the southern part of that state, just over the Massachusetts border, actually close to the border with New York as well. Police there in Bennington say that McCausland showed up at a family member's house in their town. Now, Bennington, Vermont is a roughly 3-hour drive from Wellesley, Massachusetts. Now, when Jeanette got there, police say the people at that house, that family member, they knew something allegedly was wrong. They say Jeanette was acting highly distraught. And they also say, again, when you look at that mugshot, you can see that large gash on her neck. Bennington police were then called and told about McCausland showing up in the home. And when they got there, they saw that she was bleeding. And it's unclear specifically what was said on the 911 call. But police said when they got to the house in Vermont and they were talking with Jeanette, they became increasingly concerned that there was something wrong hours away in Massachusetts. They were concerned about the welfare of her 2 children in Wellesley. Now, this is
when guys go and follow me on Facebook. If you guys have Facebook, yes, guys, I have a Facebook page, right? I have like quite a few followers over here. So, yeah, guys, hold on. Let's go to my thing here. Yeah, where are we? Yeah, guys, go and follow me on Facebook, guys. It's AJ's Rants and Reactions. So, go over there and check me out, man. So, because I can get monetized over here and make a little bit of extra cash. So,
what was heard on dispatch audio per Broadcastify.
Wellesley, Massachusetts.
But then this Vermont McCausland
surrender by
children and then allegedly tried to take her own life. Again, we're waiting for confirmation on that ourselves.
What a coward.
From
you know what I mean?
police.
I need to inform you.
Like, just take yourself out. Well, why do you got to take the kids out? You know?
That a demand has been made for your surrender by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. You're entitled to know the crime with which you are charged and that you have the right to demand and to have appointed counsel if you cannot afford one. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Today in court in Vermont, McCausland appeared on screen. She is being held at the local jail. And in this brief appearance, she answered questions from the judge as he read her rights about waiving extradition. And as she has waived that right to extradition, she is now expected to return very quickly to Massachusetts. The court did set a date of May 11th for a status conference in Vermont, and that would only happen if authorities in Massachusetts have not picked her up by then. She is being held without bail. Joining us now to talk more about this case is family law attorney Randy Kessler.
I think he's going to say, can I just make a prediction?
Other
I think
than
he's
just
going to say
how
that
tragic.
that it's better if she stays in Vermont. I think Vermont is a little bit like Massachusetts is kind of liberal and wacky, but Vermont is even a little bit more like that. And it's like smaller scale, like courts and everything. So like the lawyers might not be as good and stuff like that. She's probably better to stay in Vermont.
Yeah.
From a defense perspective. But what did she actually do, AJ? She left her kids at home and drove.
She deleted her kids and then drove to her friend's house in another state.
Okay. Okay.
So they arrested her in one state, and then she has to be extradited to the other state.
Okay. And she deleted them because she wanted them to be a transformer or something?
No. That was a different story.
Oh, okay. I thought this was related. Now I get it. Wow.
She deleted them because as Snowboard says, she's a dog.
Yeah. Well, that's all you need to know. Well, she's all about her own vanity. Those people from that Wellesley area, they're very like vain, and they all have like Range Rovers, and like I guarantee you her husband made a lot of money, and she came from money. Like she never had to do anything. She probably had a very, very easy life.
Yeah, and of course they can't settle for that. Nope.
And sad, this case is, and there's a lot on the criminal side and the side related to the custody dispute that was going on that we still have yet to learn. But when you look at a case like this, where 2 young children lose their life, you have a mom who appeared to have been distraught and is now
lose their life, huh? Just see the soft language they're using.
Facing charges for that.
Taken.
What are some of the questions you have when you hear that there was a custody dispute that was ongoing?
So these are the situations that make us tremendously sad. And I just explained to a client this morning how the courts are so overwhelmed. They don't really deal with what if, when someone says my husband will become violent or may become violent or my wife may do this, because there's so many cases where there's already been violence and the courts are addressing what to do about the situation that already happened, the violence, the DV, domestic violence that happened. So it's very, very hard to get a court to intervene before something bad like this happens. And I don't know, what he told his lawyer. I'm sure that, it looked like there was some bad stuff going on, that he, filed for divorce. But that's what makes me sad, is that I'm sure that somewhere in the back of his mind, he was thinking, the whole world won't believe me if I tell them, but she's going to snap at some point in time. And if that's the case, he's got to have felt helpless. From the divorce papers, there was nothing outstanding. I mean, Massachusetts has what we call notice pleading. You just sort of check the boxes and say, Judge, if we get to court, here are the issues for you. It's a divorce, there's a house, there are children. It was a very basic divorce petition, and a very basic divorce counterclaim or counter petition.
Oh, they were getting divorced. Oh, okay.
So, yep. So I guarantee you the guy made all the money. She lived on Easy Street, and she didn't want to let him win kind of in the end.
Yes, but it sounds like they didn't even, she just wanted revenge, period. She's like, how dare he leave me?
By the way, so you can't read a lot into the basic notice pleading that they filed in Massachusetts.
I did notice, looking at what was listed as the complaint, and it really is just checking boxes of, he wants the house and he wants the kids. And that was in October of last year. He files that. And she does this counterclaim in November. What were they, as someone who works in this space, what were they actually kind of debating at that time, and as far as what the custody, should be?
So everything's fair game. And remember, this is not a settlement offer. You're not telling the court, I'm willing to accept this. Your petition, it identifies the issues for the judge. But other than that, just by looking at the paperwork, you can't really read much into it.
And there was one line, and this might be a standard line that you see in Massachusetts on a document. It says, this is when the husband filed for divorce in October. The husband says, prohibit defendant from imposing any restraint on plaintiff's personal liberty. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. We don't have that in Georgia. It seems like a generic kind of making sure that neither side wipes the other one out financially, or making sure that neither one changes the locks on the doors. So
that was like her power play, because she had signed this and realized that she didn't have any power.
Nobody can come or go into their house or their home or their cars. Just a generic common sense kind of, listen, I want to make sure everyone knows we're not going to do these crazy things like wiping out bank accounts.
Yeah, until she did the craziest thing, please.
Or changing the locks until the judge. Yeah.
Ad litem was no emotion is through the roof, and someone may feel like Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, and they were having a divorce that was going on, and that.
Guys, but here, let's check this out. Here you go.
And I bet she was on a couple medications too that didn't work out good.
I don't even want it. I don't want it. It was to pay the babysitter, and I don't want to pay her. I'm going to jail.
Friday, April 19th, 2024, McClenny, Florida. Crying in desperation could be heard on the other end of the call. A 10-month-old baby was unconscious, and authorities needed to rush to the scene with EMS to save the child's life. But what had happened? Officers needed to act fast. I'm Tyler, and this is your daily dose of crime.
I got it.
Look at these hogs, dude. Ma'am, who called 911? I need someone to calm down. Explain to me what's going on. Ma'am, you're not making any sense. Slow down. Fine. I don't understand her, man. You tell me something.
What you need, Paul?
That baby's probably getting cooked in that garage.
Somebody
was in the car.
I can't do this. I can't do this. No, I can't do this. I just want to hear somebody's sword.
Oh, shut up.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
As she's on the phone.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if she dies, I can't. I can't do this. I can't do this. She's only 2 months old. She's in the garage.
Has any medical problems, congenital heart defects, anything like that? Is she allergic to anything?
Yeah, being left in a hot car, you dummy.
Yeah.
Guys, here's the thing, right? This is what happens when these modern women outsource raising their kids.
Yep.
Some dunderhead. Whether it's Glocktavia and freaking Rigoberta at the friggin' daycare doing fight clubs and fentanyl.
Yeah.
Or some dunderheaded babysitter who's probably all methed up or friggin' smoking K2 or something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, baby.
Hey, not only they're not the only ones getting baked, so is this baby.
Oh. That's so messed up. Now, guys, hold on. Here's the thing. Guys, I like kids, right? I do. I just don't want any. You know what I'm saying? I like kids. I just don't like babies. I think babies are cute, obviously, but guys, I don't like them. When kids can talk, like toddlers or whatever, it's cool. But guys, I just don't want kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know? People don't let people. All right, people who don't want kids shouldn't have them, because I have no problem with kids. I just don't want any. But I just have this over babies because they just don't talk. Like, what's wrong with you? Talk, speak to me. You know. This baby's cooked.
Go tell them to grab us a PD board. A PD board? Yeah.
See if she was in the car or what. Yeah. Last null. She's yeah.
Tell you what, you guys. That's what I'm thinking about. I can actually carry her and do.
As the worst-case scenario slowly became a reality, officers had to brace themselves for the situation.
You rolling? Yeah, probably. All right, we're gonna block it off for you. Yeah, no, I got you.
Let's get ahead of you. Where's the mom? Oh, shit. Look at that, guys.
Yeah, I just need to get a date of birth for the paperwork. The doctor needs to talk to the family, so I don't know when she's ready.
That's sad.
So where's the babysitter?
That mess of a woman, that's the babysitter.
Oh, you want to go in and talk to the doctor? I don't know. I just want to know information. I don't. The doctor's gonna talk to you. Okay. You want your mother want to go with you? Yeah.
Wait, who's
I
that?
don't know. I just want to know something.
Okay, now where's the mom?
I want out.
That's probably the mom.
After being rushed to the hospital and receiving emergency care for several minutes, the doctor informed the baby's mother and grandmother that
that's the mom. That's sad, guys.
She can talk to the doctor.
Talk to the doctor.
Well, she could have been going cheap with the babysitter too. Didn't pay a good amount of money or something.
Mom, grandmother.
God, can you imagine this doctor's job, guys? Nope.
Oh, she's gonna go hit somebody.
I want out.
after being rushed to the hospital and his mother was inconsolable. Now,
what did she just forget it was in there or something?
The babysitter. She just, I don't know.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know how you would forget where the baby was.
Probably smoking weed or
that's the only thing I can
All right, guys.
I just kind of want to hear what her reasoning was why she left it there.
Damn. Anyone a healthy weight in this whole freaking county? The doctor was, but man.
Wow.
Market side.
Rhonda Jewell was responsible for the child, and according to eyewitness statements, the babysitter had picked up the 10-month-old around 8 a.m., took her to her residence where she cared for other children, and it wasn't until 1 p.m. when the baby's mother arrived to pick her up that Rhonda realized she'd forgotten the baby in the back of her van for 5 hours. The temperature inside the vehicle had ranged from 120 to 140 degrees, and when they found her, the baby was unresponsive, and Jewell immediately called for emergency assistance. Had she really forgotten the child in the car, or was this completely intentional?
A tough one to watch.
Yeah, here you go. That was 134 interior.
The door being open.
Florida just gets so damn hot.
Yeah.
50 or 60 in there when it happened. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You guys know the saddest sound that I've ever heard in real life? So there are these two guys, Troy and Trent, who were friends of my brother and I, right? So they were twins, we're twins. We've known them for a while, but they were older than us. So Troy, I think I've told this story. He was a rip-roaring, rootin' tootin' alcoholic, right? And you guys remember in the 2000s when that Biker Boys movie came out and everyone was like riding street bikes? Remember that?
Like crotch rockets or Harleys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
So of course everyone had a crotch rocket. Troy,
I had one.
He was riding drunk and he died. And his brother, I remember we went to his brother's house that night, and he was just inconsolable. He was crying like a little kid. It was nuts. He's a grown man. He's like a 28-year-old guy crying like a 4-year-old. Dude, it was nuts. I was like, I gotta leave. This is crazy. It was bad, man. You know, there are just certain sounds that just get you right in the feels, you know? So
yeah.
Like this, right?
Yeah, no, this is bad. To be honest, if you lost a baby or a twin, like you should be able to cry, you know.
Yeah. That guys, look,
understandable.
Here, guys, here, check this out. All right. What's this dummy right?
20.
Yeah, let's lighten it up. That was pretty crazy.
Guys. So I think there's a couple times where it's okay for a man to cry in public. If you lose a family member, a pet, like your dog croaks, whatever. The end of Saving Private Ryan. You know what I mean? Any of the Rocky films, especially 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? Come on. If you're not crying at the end of Rocky, come on. You know what I'm saying? There's some man movies where you can kind of shed a tear at the end, But Braveheart, at the end of Braveheart, I mean, come on, So, have you guys ever heard of the what is it called? Have you guys ever heard of the bleed out spot meme that was going around trend?
Yeah.
What is
so
your
like
bleed
this
out?
looks like a good bleed out spot, and then be
Yeah. What is yours, Snowboard?
I don't know. I haven't really thought of it much. Probably near where I live. I live near a body of water. I live at a lake, so I spend a lot of time in lakes and stuff. So something like that. I haven't thought about it really for myself.
There was a spot in Iceland where you can see a glacier, a rift valley, and this really cool waterfall. And like it's like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's like, dude, if I was gut shot and I had to kind of sit and bleed out, that's the place where I'd choose. It's so cool. There's so many natural. I'll actually probably drop the picture in Discord, But yeah, it was cool, man. It was one of the most like beautiful nature things I've ever seen. So, anyways. So guys, let's anything else on the topic, guys? Seagip, Snowboard, these evil broads who delete their children. And guys, hit the like button, guys. Hit the super chat button, because guys, like I said, this won't be monetized after I shut it off.
Just insane. Just insane.
So it is what it is, So yeah, guys, get the likes up. Anything else on the topic, Seagip, Snowboard?
Now, just insane. And it just goes into what I always say, that, not only do you have to be very discriminating with the women you stick your thing in, but also the ones you choose to procreate with. And even with that, never underestimate a woman's propensity towards your rationality.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. These women were monumental failures. Oh!
Yep. That's true. That's true. Look at this guy. Guys, here, let's do this here. Hold on. Where are we?
That's the sound of the police.
Let's change this. And guys, check this out, right? So these underheads are driving drunk or doing something, and they switch seats. This chick switches seats with her boyfriend, but it turns out not only is Nug Nug's license suspended, but hers is too. Oh!
On December 27, 2025, officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle after it was observed traveling the wrong way.
Hello.
Hi.
Going down the wrong way.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, because sometimes, like, I can't see stuff. I know I got glasses, but sometimes I really can't see, like, the big old signs.
Wow. What's her name? KRS 304? Oh!
Guys, suck at everything but fucking. You bitches are failures to everything. Like, I have no loyalty to shit. Not your family, not your kids, not nothing. You bitches are a disgrace. I swear to God, I hate you hoes.
Passenger, you got your driver's license on you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have my driver's license. I'm getting in the mail, but yeah, this is my car. Yeah, he got his, but he don't have it right now. Everything is at home.
So he got his, but
When
he
they
doesn't
both
have
don't
it.
have their seatbelts on, too.
Yeah.
Oops, cooked.
Okay, so when I play back my video footage in my in-car camera, it's going to show you driving, not him, right?
Yeah, but this is my
Hold
car.
up.
That's
Hold
why.
up. It's going to show him.
Cooked.
Him not driving. It's going to show you driving, right?
I understand. But so
Stop.
driving. Yeah.
Right. So you switched on me, which I saw you do. So hold up. So now what you just did is obstruct the police officer. Both of you. So driver's license for both people, and we'll go from there.
I don't have it on me.
Okay. Do you have one?
Yes, I have one.
Where is it?
Getting in the mail. It's getting sent in the mail.
So you have one.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a state ID on you.
Yeah. Come on.
Tell me.
Passenger, don't go reaching around for anything. Put your hands up front.
Me?
No, passenger.
I'm looking for my phone. I'm sorry.
Do me a favor. Turn the car off.
I'm sorry.
So why'd you switch seats on me?
Because I understand this is my car, and like you're not supposed to be driving because this car is in my name, so that's why.
Okay. So again, passenger, you got an ID on you?
Yeah, he should got.
Yes or no, bro? You got an ID on you? Yes or no? Stop reaching. Stop. Listen. Where in the car? All right, pop out. No, passenger. Hey, he's 95 right now.
All right, just stand up. Put your hands on the roof. Don't reach for nothing.
That's what I'm being pulled over.
Just come on. Just come on.
I'm being pulled out.
We're gonna tell you.
Guys, don't be nug right here. I told you guys, I
Yeah.
can't say this enough.
I hate niggas. I love black people. Honest, hardworking, law-abiding black people. Niggas like you make me sick.
Yeah, this dude is doing way too much with his hands.
Yeah, I never heard nobody told me nothing.
We're gonna tell you in a second.
What's going on?
We're gonna tell you in a second.
You don't have to be opening her car door.
Hey, you're under arrest.
I'm not under arrest for anything, bro. That's illegal.
Bro,
you can't do that. I'm not going for that shit, bro. No. She get pulled over.
Hold
He
up.
didn't tell me that. You open the door. You out of
Guys, this is step A. Was it A, B, C, D, E of what not to do?
Yep.
Okay. This guy's done everything wrong. But guys, you notice that according to the Wokey Wokes, the cops would have already, right? But do you see, guys? These cops are giving him every single chance in the book.
regulation.
You want to get tased?
Out of here.
Oh, I hope he does.
Please,
Yes.
God, please tase this guy. Please.
Rip him out.
Get out of the car now.
Rip him out.
Get out of the car.
What you open the door for? What you turning the car for? Just listen.
Dude, get out. Come on. Come on.
Out of bounds.
Put your hands up. Gotta patch it on. Put your hands on the car. Okay, do you want a problem or what?
Tell me to do
Stop.
something, man. You ain't doing it.
I already told you.
You ain't tell me shit.
Sorry, Nug.
It's time!
Dumbass.
Yep.
Giving you a lawful
What you
order.
tell me to do?
You gotta do
You
it.
said put my hands on the car. Did you give me a chance to do that? No.
Sure. Okay.
Y'all ass out of here.
I'm still looking for my phone.
Stop reaching around. Just hold on for 1 second. Stay right there. Take a seat. Pop out. Stand over here. Turn around.
2 for 1 deal.
It's time!
Let's go.
Right now you're being. Stop.
Did she say she's pregnant?
Is she?
I think she said she's pregnant.
Turn around. Turn around. Stop. Didn't I explain everything to you? You switched seats on me, which is obstructing. And now he doesn't want to get out of the car?
No, I mean, but he has his license.
Yeah, I got 2 detained right now.
right
That doesn't
back,
make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me at all.
Anything. I'm just trying to make sure everything's safe. That's why we switched seats, because this car is in my name.
Okay. But you see
Doesn't
where we're
matter
at
what
right now?
name the car is in.
So let's start over. And who is he to you?
My boyfriend.
What's his name? Okay.
No,
Hey,
no.
I have no proof of insurance on the car. Hey, Hartman, stand by her. I gotta check some stuff.
Hey, as long as you cooperate,
I didn't do anything.
it's gonna go smooth. But
I'm not a bad person.
nobody said you're a bad person. But you see when
I know. I already told him don't do that when we switch seats.
right,
Like
right.
he don't listen to me at all.
when you do stuff like that, it only is gonna go worse. It only
Right.
makes it harder.
I understand.
That's how accidents happen and bad stuff. As long as you cooperate, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be smooth. So he was driving, and
Yeah.
you switched when he got pulled over. Okay, because he doesn't have a license.
He has one, but he don't have it on him right now. That's why he panicked.
Okay, that's not a reason to panic.
Right.
She folded
You
quick.
sure there's nothing else? Nothing else he's got that he's not supposed to have?
I promise.
You have any weapons or anything on you?
No, I don't.
Mind if I just make sure?
Because I'm pregnant. I'm not supposed to be
Yeah,
dealing
see,
with
she's
this.
pregnant.
You got your father?
Yeah.
God.
I don't know. He don't listen to me.
So
And Nug
and
Nug
now-
looked like he was only 23 years old or something too. He seemed kind of young.
And now she's perfect.
Yo, let's watch someone get tased. How about that? Here we go. Let's do this.
Sounds good to me.
So this guy, he's just
20 years from now.
just losing his shit.
I gave you 20. When this man hit my food right now, if you get on my property, I don't like black people. You get on my property?
Can agree there.
That's my boss.
Yeah, he got 20 years now. Could you get off my property? Stop stepping in my shit. I don't know your
Mark. Relax. He's with me.
He got 20 years from there.
Hang on, Mark. So what's going on? You want to come out and talk to me?
Yeah, I'm going through my clothes, get my stuff outside.
Hey, let her talk. Let her talk. Mark, let her talk.
All right, so
because you wouldn't let
this
him out.
goes on for a while, and then he jumps in his car. Well, he jumps in a cop car and just takes off.
Holy crap.
What is that? I didn't hear. 78?
Wait, no, he runs. But
Want to ride?
no, he ran off.
Come here. You coming with me? Come here.
What's wrong with you, man?
Let's go. Get our old Sparky. Let's go.
I'm gonna tase your ass.
Taser.
Ah, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Ah, let's go. Let's go.
Wait, I gotta see that one more time.
He did like a dance move. He did like a dance move. Yeah, slow mo it. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he held that thing down a while too.
Put your hands behind your back now. Put them behind your back.
I'll play my drum for him. Bum 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 bum. Ah! Merry Christmas, everybody. Ah, let's go. Look at him laughing. He's
Oh, you
laughing.
can't be crying like a little.
Leo. All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
He was acting hard earlier.
Exactly. You can't be acting all hard then crying like a little bee later.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna sit you up. All right. You gonna get my hat?
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Here's another one.
But AJ, like, you see how he fell like that, like how he? Do you see how he fell, like, you know, like if you hit no, but
hold on. Olivia says the Humpty dance is your chance to do the hump. What were you saying?
That was a good example, as if you, like, say you got in a fight and you knock somebody out and they fell like that and they hit their head on a curb, like, you can, like, actually get someone deleted from that.
The thing about getting tased is that your body's stiff, so your shoulder is probably going to hit first.
Yeah.
When you get knocked out and you're dead weight, your shoulder, like, you're loose, so
You're
your
like
shoulder.
mush.
No, sorry. When you're tased, you're tensed up, so you hit and your head doesn't hit the ground because your shoulder, because your neck doesn't whip your head back. Whether it's in a ring or on the ground, if you get hit, your shoulders hit, and then your head whips back and bang bounces off the thing. That's the worst.
Yeah.
He's still eastbound.
Well, here's the ponytail patrol.
No, I didn't go.
Did you miss with this? With this light strip? Did you miss?
I mean, it sticks in the roadway here on 18.
No, you're not.
Too little, too late, huh? Why did she wait, too?
Stupid.
She, like, waited.
Thunder-headed broad. What is going on?
Eastbound. Coming up to 9. No, I didn't go through. Southbound 9.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
You gonna tase him?
Get out of the car. Stop.
Put it in drive. Let go of the car. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
See how useless this ponytail patrol is?
Get out of the car. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground now. Tell him you get on the ground now. Get on the ground now.
What happened? What does it say?
They kind of muted.
Let's go.
They muted.
Whoa!
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Let's go! Let's go! Yeah, get in here! Let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go!
Trying to get away.
What a right time! It's the right time to walk the night away. Let's go!
I can't.
Get her again!
Hey,
Get her again!
I can't.
She's gonna get superpowers at this rate. Yeah.
Stay on the ground. Don't move.
Get
out
her
of the
again.
car. I'm gonna give it to you again.
This is the only way she can come, though.
Uh-oh.
Stop reaching. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands now.
The only thing which is better, she pees on herself.
Get on that side. I got the keys.
You got her again. She got that like 5 times. Let's go.
Get out of the car now.
Oh my goodness.
Get out of the car now.
Here, let go.
Look at that. That ponytail patrol couldn't drag her out of there. But this guy could.
Give me your hands.
Still fighting radio. Where's
Give me one.
I say she bites you, but Methany she doesn't have any teeth. Oh!
Radio now. Put your hands behind your back. Get that guy over there on the south side. South side. He's in cuffs. You.
That's a friend.
No. All right, guys. I'll set this down. Guys, tomorrow, 5 o'clock, we'll talk about these single moms being broke, struggling, using up our tax dollars. You know what I'm saying? Guys, go over and sub to the Snowboards channel. Let me
I might drop live in like an hour or something.
Drop the link in the private chat, 'cause I can drop it as a link.
Yep.
I'm actually shocked.
What's that?
No, I'm sorry. Actually shocked she didn't pee on herself. That would have made it. That would have made this priceless.
Guys, because being tased is not fun. That's for sure. So, Boards channel. Yeah, guys. Tomorrow's going to be all about how broke these dunderheads are. You know what I'm saying? Because this is an absolute mess. Guys, there's no reason why we should have this welfare state we have. None whatsoever. None. So, all right, guys. I appreciate you. Bye, guys. Take it easy.
See ya.